This is the founder of Liverpool Football Club, John Holding. Little does he know, because he died in 1902, that he's indirectly created 2 Liverpool football clubs. Behind me is one of the most recognisable stadiums and one of the most recognisable football clubs in the world. Liverpool, 19 league titles, 6 European Cups / Champions Leagues, 8 FA Cups and many, many more trophies. But what if I told you there is a completely fan-owned Liverpool football club with pretty similar name, a very similar badge and pretty much identical colours that play in the 9th tier. I'll get one with the cop sign as well. Yeah. Perfect, there you go, man. Cheers, mate, no worries at all. See you later. See tourists from all around the world there coming from far and wide to see this incredible stadium. I wonder how many have ever come from far and wide to see AFC Liverpool. We're going to be finding out more about them when we go and see them play later on, but AFC Liverpool have a similar story, maybe similar origins to FC United and Manchester. I don't know if there's a big rivalry between them two. Obviously there's big rivalries between Liverpool and Man United, but FC United and Manchester were set up in protest to the Glazers. But there's obviously a lot of money in the Premier League, and a lot of fans in the modern era are against the ticket prices and the player wages and the agent fees and everything that goes along with modern day football. Can't wait for the new Anfield road end to be ready. Look at that. Get in there. So yeah, North West Counties Premier Division they play in, and they're playing West Didsbury and Chorlton AFC. A little bit different to the opposition that Liverpool FC would usually be playing against, but they do actually currently ground share at Rossett Park, home of Marine, which is a ground and a team that we've covered a few times on this channel. I find these videos so interesting, so please do stick around to see what that behemoth of a football club has in common with a football club in the 9th tier. There's obviously such a gulf between them that you think there surely can't be any similarities, but there definitely will be, and I can't wait to find out more about them when we get down there. But yeah, if you do like this video, then stick around till the end, because I'll leave a couple of similar ones on screen. I've covered the non-league Manchester United before, FC United and Manchester. I've covered the non-league Man City before, Main Road FC. They were set up, I think, in the 60s by a group of Man City fans who wanted to play under sort of similar name and colours to their team, as opposed to FC United and Manchester and AFC Liverpool that were set up in more modern times in protest against the modern owners. I've also covered the non-league Celtic and the non-league Rangers, who have very big similarities between the big Celtic and the big Rangers up in Scotland. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Let's get down to Rossett Park and see what AFC Liverpool is all about.
My name's Chris Stirrup and I'm the chairman of AFC Liverpool.
Could you just explain a little bit of the background of the club? It was formed in 2008?
Yeah, okay, so in 2008 me and 2 of my mates started the club. At the time, the Premier League was looking to introduce a 39th league game, which would be played, like you'd have Liverpool versus Brighton being played in Singapore, Man United versus Brentford being played in New York, and it was solely just to generate money, and that kind of showed to us at the time that top flight football is solely about money, and to be fair, it is. You know, the millions and millions of pounds that are generated and spent by all the top flight teams is, it's taken the game more and more away from the people that made it, if you like. So we decided to form our own club, because to go to Anfield now, it's like it's a military operation just to get tickets. It's gone are the days of just waking up on a Saturday morning and thinking, I'm going to go to the match to watch Liverpool, Everton, Man United, whichever, pretty much most of the top few divisions really. So we wanted to try and give something to the people who can't go to play football anymore, because there's a generation growing up who haven't got football. Like, to them, football's a telly show, and that's not the way it should be. So we decided to form our own club in 2008.
And there's some similarities between yourselves and FC United of Manchester. They were set up in protest to the Glazers, but Hicks and Gillette were the owners of Liverpool when you were set up. Do you have any dealings with them or any relationship with them?
They helped us at the beginning, purely with info on how to set a club up. Like them, we're also fan owned. And that's probably about as far as the similarities go, really. They were set up in protest, like you say, against the Glazers. We were set up more to do with the rising cost of ticket prices and the availability of tickets for all. I know, like Hicks and Gillette were in charge of Liverpool at the time, but we made a point of contacting Liverpool and telling them we were in a protest against Liverpool FC, and we still aren't. It's not Liverpool's fault that the way things have gone. Liverpool are a worldwide club, so you're going to have worldwide supporter base.
And to be fair to Liverpool, if you look at the Man Cities and the Chelseas, even trying to compete with them, they're still doing it in a way that seems a little bit more palatable for fans. I feel like there's been talk of Qatar owning Liverpool, and the fans are obviously against that, so there's still that element of the fans being connected to the club in a lot of ways, I feel like.
Yeah, there is, and I think like Liverpool do try as best they can to listen to the supporters. We've seen that with when he proposed the Super League. Liverpool's owner came out and spoke to everyone. Peter Moore, when he was there, was a great advocate for trying to tap into what the mood of the supporters was. And that's it's good that they do that. Like I said, Liverpool's still one of the cheapest Premier League clubs to get a ticket for. It's just unfortunate that even though it's one of the cheapest, it's still expensive. And that's like, it was the same when we first started this, and that's why we tried to do it, to give people who don't have football anymore football.
Here we are back at the home of Marine, and the other couple of times I've been here they had a grass pitch, but it's been relayed and it is now artificial. I think it can go up until the National League, can't it? You can have artificial pitches in England, a little bit different to Scotland obviously, where I live. A lot of artificial pitches up there, even in the top tier, but yeah, I guess it means that Marine can rent it out and they can have multiple clubs playing here. They've just had a load of kids training on here as well, so it all came from that game against Spurs that was here. They've got a new bar, new pitch, 1,000 people on average roughly per game as well. So that game against Spurs, it was behind closed doors due to COVID. They sold, I think, 30,000 virtual tickets, and there can't be many stadiums where like the main stand and the sort of only stand where you can sit is behind the goal. Look at that, it's behind the goal over there, and then you have that whole stand around there that you can stand all the way around as well, which I've done for a match day. But then this part here, it's backs onto houses, so you obviously can't have people standing around here. That's where the dugouts are. But yeah, look, the only stand is behind the goal. Where else does that sort of happen?
My name's Jack and I'm the assistant manager at the club.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, so you must be one of the youngest assistant managers in the league?
Probably. Yeah, look a lot younger than I am as well, I think. But I've been at the club for about 18 months now. I've enjoyed every minute of it. What
got you into coaching in the first place?
I've just always been football mad, and I kind of knew around the age of 14, 15 I wasn't going to make it as a professional. But I wanted to try and go as far as I can in the game, so I took the steps to go into coaching quite early. Which is obviously why I'm working at a level like this now at such a young age.
How are you getting on this season?
It's been, I think the word you put it is consistency. That's what we've struggled to find. Last season we achieved the highest league finish in this division for the club, and then there's a few moves in the summer with managers and stuff like that. So obviously we've just tried to kind of rebuild, and then players have come, players have gone. Yep. So to get the results, to be consistent, has been the struggle. But we're kind of in the middle of now, the squad's starting to settle, and then hopefully results will follow that. But we're still very positive for what can happen in the future.
And tonight you're playing West
Disbury and Shorten.
Where are they from?
They're Manchester.
Okay, so it's a Liverpool-Manchester derby?
Yeah, but their fans are brilliant, to be fair. Cool. They get on average about 800 fans a game at home games, and they're always very lively, but in a good way.
Nice.
The fans of it, they're respectful, but the songs are brilliant as well, so it's always good when they come in. They create a good atmosphere.
Alan, great to meet you.
And you.
Your role here is?
Well, I am the honorary life member, but I'm also the stadium announcer.
And so why did you get involved with the club? Because it's quite a unique club, isn't it?
Well, when we first started in 2008, it just took my imagination. I wanted to be involved So really from day one, I got in touch and became a board member. Eventually was the vice chairman, and then I wasn't well. I had an illness which I'm happily recovered from, so that's when they made me the honorary life member. So so I've been involved from day one, so it's just having an involvement really.
I like seeing the similarities between this club and the big Liverpool. The badge, it's got the Liverbird on.
Yeah,
It's got the 97, the Hillsborough Flame.
Yes.
What's the star and the crest and stuff? What are they?
That was the actual that was just taken up by the board members. Sat down and were looking at various patterns with a little bit of a socialist view.
Yeah, I thought it did seem
a little bit of
Soviet
a communist side.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It does look a little bit Soviet.
But it's a nice badge, and we haven't changed it. That was originally a 96, but of course it became 97. So, and we were originally founded as the AFC Liverpool is affordable football club. Okay. So it was football for a fiver at the time.
Because AFC is what, like a lot of the Phoenix clubs or the new clubs get called.
That's right. Yeah.
That's affordable football. That's interesting.
And we were originally an offer to Liverpool supporters who couldn't afford £50 to go to Anfield. So we play in all red, and we play You'll Never Walk Alone, and we have a nice little atmosphere. And so, but we've got Everton supporters, Manchester United supporters. We've got all kinds of supporters. So we are open to everyone, but we are originally coming out of a Liverpool base. Yeah.
And you used to ground show at Prescott Cables. You're now here at Marine. Is there plans to get a new stadium one day?
Well, many fingers crossed.
Can't say too much, I'm sure.
No, but we've got a site identified. We're basically waiting for planning permission, and we've been waiting a long time. But because of issues around Liverpool City Council planning, we've got to wait.
These things take time.
So hopefully it won't be too long.
Next time I come and see you, you'll be in your new ground.
Absolutely.
The team from Manchester have kicked us off. Bit of a Manchester-Liverpool derby today, and that is AFC Liverpool's goalkeeper. We're going to call him Bold Allison. Anything you'd recommend?
Yeah. Anfield. We've got hot dogs, sausage rolls, nacho trays, tea, coffee and all that.
The food menu was spectacular. It's a shame because it's such a small game today. It's not a Marine game. There's maybe 100 people here. They didn't have the full menu, but I had to go for one of these. Look at that. That is a beautiful plastic pitch. Look at that.
West Liverpool supporter. Dan, if you come up the stairs, you may have won £20.
Do people win £20 at Anfield? I've had a very Footy Adventures moment. I was posting my tweet.
Scorer for West Liverpool, number 7, Akil M.A.
There you go, you heard it there. I was posting my tweet, literally just press post. 24 minutes, not been the greatest of games, so I was like, I'll chuck up a tweet, and what happens? Bold Allison makes a mistake, and AFC Liverpool are behind. AFC Liverpool with a free kick. How good is he compared to Trent? Let's see. Oh, effort, lad. Oh, what a goal. It's the striker. It's Darwin Núñez. The non-league Núñez. What a strike that is. That was a Núñez-esque goal, to be fair. I'm on their heads. Robbo. Sobersley. Hit the ball. Oh, it's in. They've turned it around.
I think it was Duran Corral or something for Hearts. He was on loan from Newcastle.
Oh, okay, yeah. And so what was the Celtic game you went to then?
When they played Cluj.
CFR Cluj. Okay, did they win?
Yeah, no, Cluj won. I think it was 4-3 or something. They scored.
They had some bad. So you've only seen the game at Rangers and Celtic.
At the moment, yeah.
Out of the other Scottish grounds, where would you like to go?
Maybe Motherwell.
Okay.
That's the one I looked at. But
in terms of the big clubs, I like Hibs and Hearts. They're both good grounds. Aberdeen as well. It's a trek, but
that's a trek. That one. Yeah. But I think I'd like to do it one day though.
Yeah. There goes Josh Welsh, groundhopper, and we're approaching half-time here, and 2-1, and you might have just heard me asking him about some of the grounds he's been to. He's been groundhopping in Scotland, just the big two, but he wants to do a few more. We are approaching half-time, and it's 2-1 to non-league Liverpool. Turned it around nicely at their home, and obviously the non-league Liverpool cop really spurring them on here in the first half. But really interesting actually to learn about the badge earlier. Being like kind of Soviet looking, socialist looking. I was thinking that when I was like researching the club, and it's amazing to have that confirmed. I was like wondering why it was in that design, but really interesting. And actually I've forgotten to mention another non-league giant that I've done, non-league Hearts. I've done non-league Heart of Midlothian as well, so I've done now non-league Man United, non-league Man City, now non-league Liverpool, and 3 in Scotland, Celtic, Rangers and Hearts. I'm going to do a playlist actually. I'm going to call it the non-league giants, and guys, if there's any others that I've missed out or that I should do, if there's a non-league Arsenal, a non-league Chelsea, I know there's a non-league Hibs I've been meaning to see for a while. I'll be seeing a non-league Newcastle very soon as well. Please do subscribe if you aren't already, so you don't miss out on all these videos. But yeah, non-league giants, going to make a new playlist with all of these ones in it. So yeah, would appreciate if you just stay to the end and click through on that and have a watch. Paul and Billy, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah. Nice to meet you both. Paul, you've got a bit of a famous connection to Liverpool, so your dad?
Yeah, my dad was Ronnie Moran, who worked at the club for 49 years. As a player, I played 379 games, and then was coach, caretaker manager a couple of times till 1998 when he retired. So I've had a long connection with Liverpool, and I'll just come to the local non-league games if Liverpool aren't playing, and enjoy doing my photos. I do photos.
Yeah, so you got your camera here and your boot or jacket on, but you do
photos
all different games, don't you? Yeah.
If they're playing, but I'll do lower brack.
And how many games this season did you say?
I think it's 217, something like that. It's over 200. It's over 200, so I'm doing all right this season.
And how is the non-league sort of scene here in Liverpool?
Good, yeah, there's loads of different clubs like, and they're all well supported, and each season they seem to be getting more and more people through to come and watch them. So a little bit of rivalry as well, which we won't go into. But yeah, it's all good.
From this moment onwards, my camera decided it wasn't going to record anything else. I've got home. It seemed like it was working on the night, but I've tried to transfer the files and I cannot get anything to work from this point onwards, which is a real shame because the game was incredible and AFC Liverpool ended up winning 4-3, as you can see here. There's video cameras set up, so I'm sure either AFC Liverpool or West Didsbury will be posting the goals and the highlights and stuff, so do go and give them a follow on all of their socials. I hope these videos are less about just these one-off games and the results and more about finding out about the clubs anyway, but it's always the people at these clubs that make these videos and these experiences special. And speaking of the people, I just want to read out something from the programme to tie up this video. At the beginning of March 2008, AFC Liverpool was officially formed, and it was made clear that the club was not in any way a response to the contentious ownership issue at Anfield or as a protest against Liverpool Football Club. It was a response to issues at the top end of football in general. The new club spokesman, former Radio Merseyside commentator Alan Parry, explained, This has nothing to do with the ownership issue at Liverpool FC. It's about affordability. I've been going to Anfield since the late 70s and when I was 6 years old. A season ticket in the Kop cost £45 in 1985. Today it's £650, which I know is a lot cheaper than some other Premier League clubs, but in inflation terms, 80s prices should equate to £98 today. Parry added, "Far from wishing to be estranged from the club, we are hoping that Liverpool will look upon us as a little brother." Yes, these non-league clubs are always really fascinating to look into, the ones with ties to much bigger clubs. This one was set up in protest against all the money in modern day football. The non-league Man United was set up in protest to the owners of Manchester United, the Glazers. Main Road FC, the non-league Man City, they were formed by fans who just wanted to play in the colours of their favourite club. The non-league Celtic, the non-league Rangers, the non-league Hearts all have different stories as well. So please do click through on this playlist to continue watching.